Well, holy sweet dripping pineapple. Test drive, unlimited solar crown comes out September the 12th, 2024, and will require a persistent internet connection, like the Crew Motor Fest, like Forza Motorsport, like Gran Turismo 7, like a lot of other games that don't require it. The Solar Hotel, see Solar Club letter 3, and the clan headquarters were also created as living areas and meeting places. For various reasons, these social features require an infrastructure that is constantly connected to online databases. Leaderboards, races, inventories, moderation, live events, anti-cheat measures, and the overall game experience. An internet connection is therefore required to play TDUSC. So that's the video. Really, there's not much else to say. A lot of people will say, bruh, 2024, bruh, you got the internet. And to people that slang a slang and say, bruh, you want to slap them so hard that their lips end up on their forehead. It makes no sense. It's not World of Warcraft. I mean, even the likes of Call of Duty. Call of Duty in recent years has been really wonky with the inconsistency of what is made available offline without an internet connection, okay? Sometimes you'll get a game like the new Star Wars that's going to be coming out. Is it Star Wars? Where it needs a day one patch. So if you have the disc, you put it in, no internet, you can't play the game because it requires a day one patch. These are some of the reasons why I say your disc is like a coaster. It's absolutely ridiculous. And with Call of Duty, what'll end up happening sometimes, even though this isn't Call of Duty, I'm just sharing why I make these videos, is you could have it so that, let's say there's 10 maps, just to keep it simple in Call of Duty. 10 maps. Okay, 10 maps. You'll go to play. Then you'll go offline, and somehow only 6 maps work. And for some unknown reason, when you play against bots without an internet connection, only 6 maps work. But if you connect to the internet, still play offline, right, with bots, then all of a sudden you get the additional 4 maps. So there's just a lot of weird things that go on sometimes with games. Even, what's that other one from Ubisoft where you can be on a bicycle? Not Steep, the new version of that. Something riding, whatever. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Even that, they gave us an offline mode. But for some reason, they felt the need to restrict you. You can't even change your clothing. You can't even change, like, and customize your bike. Like, you'll have a bike, like you're able to play the game. But it's incredibly limited to the point that it's almost insulting. And I just don't understand. Like I said, cloud gaming, all these things, online-only games, live service games, they're awesome as an additional option, as an additional feature. First and foremost, a lot of games should be like they were for decades before it. It is like the time in the last several years where games are first and foremost single player, with the multiplayer being an additional bonus component. If you want to play online, great. Diablo 3 for me is a prime example of that, right? You could play the game single player. You could play online with that same character, and it's just like perfectly integrated. Hell, even Minecraft, there's some things that don't work properly if you don't have an internet connection. At least in the past, there was an issue with the Bedrock version of the game where you wouldn't even be able to change like your skins and weird things like that. Now I think they fixed that. But it's just very, very frustrating to hear this, because it's not often that we get a game where you just get to drive, you get to cruise, and there's no goddamn internet connection. I mean, even the new tennis game that I got that just came out for some reason, yeah, Topspin 2K25, same thing. Career mode, it's a single player experience. But for some reason, leaderboards. It's connected, it's online only. Mind you, you could play exhibition matches, but okay. I know I went off on a bit of a rant. I do that. I love making these kinds of videos. They don't do well. Then again, none of the videos I make on my channel ever do well. And that's the proof right there, isn't it? That I still keep making these videos because I legitimately do enjoy doing this shit. And I do want to keep the few people that keep up with me over the years informed. And I'm going to have a link down below in the description box to where I got this article from, which was from Reddit. And this is actually kind of old news, to be honest with you. This article, this post, if you will, is already like almost 100 days old. But I've only just come across it a couple of days ago when I found out the Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown was coming out. That's when I started right away looking into, here we go, right? Again, for most people, they're not going to care. Most of the time, I have internet, great. But it's that whole thing where you have to rely on the hardware. You have to rely on electricity, on your monitor, your TV, whatever, on everything working. And now you got to rely on the internet. It's not even just about that. Look what they did with The Crew, the first one that some people are still playing. They just completely shut it down. The biggest thing is about game preservation. You cannot play that game if it's online only and they shut down the servers. Right? It's a huge, huge problem. So there's that. But for me, it's also reliability. Having to rely on the internet to work, to function, just so I could play a game. Valid argument. Like I said, some people won't care, and great. If you don't care, I envy you. I wish I didn't care. I don't overly care too much, only because most of the games I do play, they don't require an internet connection, unless it's like a game like World of Warcraft and whatnot, right? Anyhow, I'm running out of things to say. Hopefully I got to the point fairly quickly. That's usually how I try to run my channel. As I get to the point fairly quickly, I give you the information that you came to get, and then after that, I obnoxiously rant about some random bullshit for 5 or 10 minutes. What I do. Thumbs up as always if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm in trying to make me more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up on the internet. And if you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, and I'll snap it. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And let me know down below in the comment section if there's any other kind of gaming thing that you would like me to cover. And then if I don't know much about it, maybe I'll take some time to look into it and come up with some thoughts. An opinion. Gives me a reason to make an extra video on my channel. If you want to subscribe, you already know the drill, and if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. I don't even know if I've already said that part, but whatever. Take care.